Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, today's a slightly depressing day. I mean, it's a nice, slightly overcast day in summer in Melbourne, and it just happens to be the Sunday of the Midsumma Carnival. Now, Midsumma is an event in Melbourne which they do every year. It's sort of like the month before Mardi Gras. Melbourne has its own little Mardi Gras. We have the Pride March, and we have Carnival, which is basically where everyone goes to the park in the city basically, and they have concerts and performances and booths and things like that. And it's a day, it's like the one day of the year you get to see all the gays out in the daylight without filters and nightclub lighting. And I normally go to it every year, and I'd meet up and see a lot of people that I know. I'd usually a bunch of times I went by myself and just ended up with people because I just got brought into whatever groups that I sort of knew. Other times I went with people who live in another state now, so that didn't always happen. But I haven't gone for the last 4 years because, well, you know what happened the year out. The last time I went was 2000 and actually the year after 2019 I went. You can't say that other year because the algorithm will kill your video. Not that they share my videos anyway, but yeah, so I went in 2019, then I went the next year, and that was one of the last things I did before everything changed. And two things have happened. Not only did we have this thing happen that no one talks about, that you're not allowed to refer to anymore, that the government denies exists, and most people deny that it exists as well, because I think it just helps them, you know, proudly go out and get reinfected over and over again and, you know, hurt their health long term. But we don't talk about that and won't be talking about it for another 5 or 10 years till it starts to affect the economy. Then people are going to start to go, oh, we need to deal with this problem. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a few years. I'll still be on YouTube, but others won't. But yeah, so I'm not going again. And like I said, another thing that happened since then, it's not just the health reasons. It's also the fact that I've aged out of the gay scene now. Technically, I'm dead now. Like I'm like speaking to you from beyond the grave, because when you're a gay man, once you reach a certain age, you're no longer relevant, you're no longer worthy, you're no longer valuable, and you're supposed to disappear so you don't remind younger people that one day they're going to be in the same situation and the same position as you are, because they like to live in the denial that they're always going to be young and beautiful and the center of attention. But that only lasts maybe 5 years, 10 if you're really hot. And I was not really hot ever, but I managed to get more than 10 years out of that. I'm not going to say how many, because yeah, 20. But yeah, so it's depressing because I kind of enjoyed those days. I liked seeing people, I can't say sober because they were pretty drunk by the time I get there, but basically in the daylight, you know, now without filters, which is a thing, wasn't a thing when I first started going. And yeah, it's just kind of depressing because I didn't realize until yesterday that, oh, it's Midsumma this weekend, because I'm just out of touch with the rest of the world's events because I don't go to any of them. And I kind of forgot about it. And I got a little reminder, which Facebook seems to love to do, is remind me of all the worst days of my life or things I'm missing out on. And some people were tagging, you know, is going. And I'm like, Stephen White isn't going. And it's like, I don't know if I ever will. It's like, it's not just the health issues now, and like, gee, is it worth getting, you know what, just to see a few people and feel like I'm not, you know, feel like the reality we live in doesn't exist? It's not really worth it. And anyway, like I said, I've aged out. No one wants to see me. No one wants to see, you know, an old gay. I mean, they just want to see the young boys running around, you know, half naked, and just, that's the commodity now. And, you know, no one wants anyone, unless you're a daddy. I'm not a daddy, so I forgot you do have another life as a gay man. If you can do the daddy thing, you sort of get that second sort of win. But if you're not, if you're just a regular guy or a twink, you suffer twink death. You know, you become irrelevant, you disappear, you're erased. No one sees you anymore. No one wants to see you because, like I said, all you do is remind them in 5-10 years they're going to be you. And apparently denial is the, you know, the source of life. I was like, I don't know, it's like how people get by. But yeah, so I'm just feeling a bit down, need some YouTube therapy, want to talk about it for a minute, because it's like I said, it's not just a health issue, it's also the fact that now, you know, I've aged out of the gay scene and no one wants me to exist anymore. I'm not relevant, I'm not valuable, I'm not desirable, I'm nothing. And And that's not how I think of myself, but I know that's how, you know, the gay scene sees me. And it's kind of depressing. I knew it was coming, but it still surprised me when it was here and I was in it. And I'm like, wow, all the things I felt about myself before, they don't exist anymore. And it's like, wow, this is reality now. Interesting. But yeah, just had to talk about that for a minute. Did I say this already? I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of, you know, gay death and aging on the gay scene and aging out of the gay scene and being erased, being irrelevant, all these things that happen, the whole sexual objectification that we, you know, put upon ourselves and do to each other. There's some very interesting topics I might do videos on in the near future. But I'm going to go. Bye.